And it's a gorgeous morning. Good morning, everybody. Gosh, at this rate, I'm feeling absolutely marvelous if I can connect to a tour. So look at where we are. Look, 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 look. Hi, Cheryl. Hi, Kirsty. Cheryl and hi, Anne. Hi, Elise, Tina, Joan, Christine, Becky, Sue, Lisa, Vera, Ava. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, Dee. Hi, everyone. I thought I'd start here and show you the road that I had to negotiate to actually arrive here this morning. So we travelled along about 3 kilometres of this to get here today. And this is the type of forest that surrounds us where we're standing. It's absolutely gorgeous. Hi, Una. Look at this. So we're going to slowly make our way towards the lookout. Yeah, a little bit washed out, Becky, a little bit washed out. And you know what? Just at the beginning of this section of the road to get here, it took me about 35 minutes to get here by car from my place. There were 2 wallabies in the middle of the road. I stopped quickly. I grabbed a couple of photos. I don't know if they turned out, but I will post those later because it was just such a surprise. We don't get very many up here in the Blue Mountains. Well, not that we see. That we see on a regular basis because there's just so much bush and that we're surrounded by. And there's no real open countryside, which is what the kangaroos prefer. Look at this. Look at the sky. Hi, Hope. Hi, Jan. Alrighty, let's gradually sort of slowly make our way. I'm not going to do the big reveal just yet. Hi, Susan. So, yeah, this is what we're surrounded by. This was the sort of countryside at the top of Mount Blackheath, which is where we're located right now. It is a perfect day. It's just gorgeous. Where are we? We're at about, I think it was 15 degrees when I looked at the temperature this morning, and we're headed for sort of low to mid 20s today up here in the mountains. It'll get warmer down in Sydney today. And here's a little tease. Just sort of heading over here. I'm not going to reveal it just yet. There we go. There's a little tease over there. So yeah, I just didn't get time to put that photo of the wallabies into the chat, into the media for the tour. Too busy making sure that I could actually connect to a tour. It's a beautiful day here, Lisa. It's absolutely gorgeous. There's no wind. Hi, Helen. Hi, J-Mac. And good morning, Memphis Stefan. 2 minutes till we kick off. So let's just enjoy the bush. Have a look at some of the really unusual plants that you might see if you were doing a bushwalk in Australia. These seed pods here. These are really unusual. And I can hear the insects in the background. Hi, Haywood. Send some beautiful skies your way. Una, is it a bit yuck there at the moment, is it? When I pulled up this morning, I pulled up next to a camper. So there was a couple. I haven't worked out where they're from yet. I've been hearing them talking, but they were a little bit far off. I'm not sure. Possibly German? Cold and wet. Oh, I'm sorry. And we've had enough of that. It's been a really slow start to our summer this year. And it just feels like we're finally getting our summer in the middle of January. What have we got? Just under a minute to go. Hi, Jody. Just looking at the beautiful colours the sun's casting on the forest we're surrounded by here. Hi, Anne. All right, come on, let's do this. We'll go over here, go over this side of the road, and I'll set up ready to turn the camera around. So we're on a place called Mount Blackheath. I'll show you the sign for that. It's just over there. 13 seconds to go. Here we are. This is where we are. And it's only going to get better from here. So let me turn around. We're going to see that a lot better in a moment. Let me just turn this around and put that in the background as we start. Good morning, everyone. Hi. Is there anyone on here who I haven't met before? Pop a thumbs up in the chat and introduce yourself. I love meeting everyone who's new to my tours. So we're meeting this morning on Mount Blackheath. And before we begin, I'd just like to acknowledge that we meet today on the traditional lands of the Darug and Gundungara people and pay my respects to their elders, past, present and emerging. All right, so we're at Mount Blackheath, as I said, and we're at just over 1,000 metres. And where we are, look at this. Now, that looks a little odd. Do you agree? Do you agree that that doesn't look like it quite belongs there? Let me show you the reason why that is. We'll just turn around this little corner here. And this is where we're starting out this morning. As we walk past those people to get to the other part of the tour, you might be able to help me out and figure out where they're from. All right, so we're starting at this spot. And occasionally, very occasionally, you'll actually see, it's a little bit steep this step, you'll sometimes see people doing very brave things from this spot here. This is a launch pad, a launch site. And look at it. I'm going to walk down here. It's quite steep. Like, I'll try and give you a sense of the angle. But people take off paragliding from this spot. And look, that's where they go. They head off down. They head off down there. Hi, MW. Hi, Janet. And if I missed anyone that joined, welcome. I didn't miss you deliberately, I can assure you. So yes, here we go. This is a launch. What do you call launch slope? Look at the angle of it for paragliding. And then just a little bit below here, again, there's an even more alarming, there's an even more alarming launch pad thing. We'll have a little look at that as well. But this is what we're looking at over here is where the Megalong Valley joins or meets the Canimbla Valley. So over in the distance over there is the Megalong Valley. And we have looked down over the Megalong Valley on some of my tours. But now we're looking out over the Canimbla Valley over here. And we're going to walk around. This location at Mount Blackheath has an almost, I'd say, 270-degree view, but we need to get to about 4 different lookouts to fully appreciate it. So here's our first glimpse of the views from the top of Mount Blackheath. Now down there, you might just start to see the top of the ramp there, and that literally launches into the void. So let's go and have a little look at that, and then we'll head back up. Oh, we'll go down this way. In fact, down these rocks here. And welcome everybody. I have had so much trouble launching tours lately, and I'm just overjoyed at the prospect that I can actually deliver one with you this morning from this spectacular location that we've never been to before. Did I miss some thumbs up? Let me see. Oh, I've met you before, Anne, so no, I don't think, it looks like I don't have any newcomers today. Hi, John. Hi, Trenda. Are you a newcomer to me? I don't recognise your name. Welcome. Thank you for joining me in the Blue Mountains to the west of Sydney, around about 95 to 100 kilometres to the west of Sydney. We are at this point here. And here's that other launch ramp. Look at that. once you're on that, you're committed. I don't think there's any dragging your hang glider back up once you're down there. It's off and away. Yep. Yeah, there we go. I don't know if you get the sense of the angle, and I'm not going down there to test it. All right, but look at the day we've got ahead of us today. Isn't that spectacular? I think I might scope another tour after I finish this one. Can't let an opportunity like this pass me by. It's just beautiful. And no sounds, no highway sounds, nothing. Hi, Virginia. Welcome. How good is this? Virginia knows some of the pain I've been going through. And then over there, pretty sure that one's called Mount Piddington. And I'm just trying to figure out exactly where. Hi, Rachel. I'm pretty sure that the road to Jenolan Caves is pretty much along there. And then you come, I remember seeing it the other day, over there somewhere. If you spot it, let me know. There's some, oh, there they are. Let me zoom in on them. There's the wind turbines. So we have a couple of wind turbines over there. Just at the top, my finger's huge. Just over there, there's a couple of wind turbines. And that's at a place called Hampton. If you go beyond that and over that hill, you come to Jenolan Caves, which is a series of limestone caves. All right, let's head up here. Back up to the top. So back up the paragliding launch site. I was hoping we'd be lucky enough to see someone actually setting up, but you don't get advised of these things. You just have to be lucky when you turn up that you might actually see someone. I arrived here one day and there was a guy setting up with a hang glider, but he was taking a really long time. So I decided, okay, yeah, I've looked at your sail long enough. I'm heading off now. Hi, Laurel. And hi, Andrew. It's a little bit warmer than I was expecting it to be. I'm thinking about just popping past my car and taking my cardigan off. All right. So there's one car here that I've set up a lovely campsite. This is where we are. Sorry, I wasn't filming you guys. I was filming the sign. Tied around my waist. Yeah, I think that's probably a good idea. In fact, what I'll do is there's a table over there. I'll do it over there. I can set up the phone and set it up and undo my jacket, my cardigan, take it off. All right, so as you can see, we start to move around the mountain or the peak here. And as we do, we're going to get different aspects of the valley below us. So there's I think there's 3 different lookouts here. And as we go to each of them, you'll see a slightly different aspect. The valley actually gets more and more impressive as we go down to each one. So let me just take my cardigan off first because I am getting warm. I've got my tripod in here. I do, Susan. I do know why they're called the Blue Mountains. And what I'll do is when we get down to the next lookout, I'll tell you why that is. The trees here are gorgeous, and as I mentioned, well, actually, no, I didn't mention, I was going to put the phone on a car mount and drive in the last 2 kilometres. So first of all, you could have seen the road, but secondly, to see the gorgeous forest that's here. Beautiful white trunks, and they would have been an absolutely stunning, that would have been an absolutely gorgeous start to the tour. But unfortunately, the phone mount in the car was just a little bit, sorry, the phone was a little bit too heavy. All right, we're sorted. Let's go. Mostly eucalyptus, and yes, mostly. There might be a few smaller trees of other species, but mostly eucalyptus. Thank you, Anne. All right, so let's come over here to our first lookout. And you're starting to see a little bit of that blue haze that Susan was referring to. Oh, thanks, Daniel. I'm glad I'm able to warm you up. So look at this amazing lookout here. Okay, so yes, the Blue Mountains. So they were named that by the early colonisers. The first fleet arrived in 1788, and in the distance from Sydney, as they were exploring their surroundings, they'd head out on excursions out to places like Parramatta. They noticed that there was this line of hills in the distance, and they appeared to be a very hazy blue. Now, the reason for that is that the eucalyptus oil that evaporates the particles in the air, suspended in the air over top of the mountains, above the mountains. It's a kind of, it's what happens when the light diffracts. That's a crow, Becky, or a raven. It's the Australian. I'll see if I can spot him. So yes, there's a term for it. I can't remember what that term is, but it's to do with the light refracting through the particles of oil in the atmosphere that lies above the mountains because of the eucalyptus trees. And I hope that I hope I was able to explain that sufficiently for you. I'm really fascinated by this ridge of rocky outcrop that's just sort of, where's my finger? Just sort of running along there. Really breaks up the landscape. Okay, so yes, good morning, Andre. Good morning, Rhonda. Let's see if I can see that crow. Where are you, mate? Where is he? I can hear him. I can't see him. We'll keep an eye out for him. He's taunting me now. He's teasing me. In your backyard, Sandy? Remind me, you're in South Australia, is that right? I have a terrible memory. I need to meet people a number of times before I remember details about them. But we're going to head down this path now. Oh, Sandy, you're near Bankstown. Just totally off the mark, wasn't I? Sandy, was it you that's at Riverwood? Or was that another Voyager? Anyway, we don't need to know exactly where you are. You're a Sydney gal. So I can hear the summer insects around us in the bush. They're not cicadas. I don't know what they are. That sort of tick, 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 tick. Oh, that's someone else, Sandy. Yeah, there is another Voyager who is in Riverwood. All right, so here we go. We're going to head down and we'll be looking across at this rock formation here as one of the features of the landscape. And the crow's the only bird I can hear at the moment. But we might see butterflies. There's been a lot of butterflies around this year. I'm not sure that's because we've had a very wet season. Last time I came up here just to test the signal, there was a lot of butterflies. So we'll keep an eye out. We might see some today. You had noisy crows in your backyard all morning. I think they're slightly less annoying than the cockatoos that I get tons of in my backyard. They're very loud. Okay. Look at the size of this tree that has fallen quite a long time ago. Oh, yeah, you blue tongues. We found one. We found one in our backyard a few weeks ago. I thought they'd all vanished. I thought we'd lost all our blue tongues because we had tenants. They had a dog. And then all of a sudden one day one was just there on the path next to the pool. Blue tongues, Elise. Blue tongues are lizards. They're actually a kind of skink. They're the largest of the skinks. They're very placid lizards. They're quite delightful, in fact. Lots of people have them as pets. You need to have a license to have reptiles as pets. But they have a distinctive blue tongue. And my son and his girlfriend found one that appeared to be ailing. It had a lot of ticks on it. They rescued it. And again, they had to go through the process of getting a reptile keeper's license or in order just to take care of it. And they came to stay with us in our 2-bedroom apartment for a few weeks. Next thing we know, 13 live babies in the 2nd bedroom. Blue-tongue lizards give birth to live young. It's not the place you want to have lizards, is in your 2nd bedroom. I'm just pointing out the colour of the rocks here. I don't know why there's a difference in colour, but just at this point here, the rocks are very red. Andre, you might be able to help me out here. It's Andre from Amsterdam, isn't it? So I don't know why these rocks just here in this location are this really red colour. I don't know if it's shale, maybe. It looks like it crumbles quite easily. Yeah, I don't know. So the rest of the rock around here is that sort of pale grey colour. But just at this point, it's very red. Let's look back up the path that we just came down. So here we are. That's where we've just come from. No one's ever late. Andre, I welcome everyone who joins me on all my tours, and whatever time you're able to get here is absolutely fine. All right, so here we are. We are now overlooking the Canimbla Valley. It's stunning weather today, Sandy. It's just gorgeous. What's it like down your way? What's Sydney looking like today? All right, so I'm going to zoom in one step and then we'll do a really, really slow pan around at this gorgeous valley. One of 5 valleys of the Blue Mountains, major valleys. There's some minor valleys as well. Becky, we don't really have mountains in Australia as such. Not that you would identify with in North America or in Europe or Asia. Our highest peak in Australia is just under 1,700 metres, which is just under 6,000 feet. So the Blue Mountains is part of the Great Dividing Range, which runs the entire length of the country from north to south, from Cape York in the north, right down the eastern side of the continent, down through to Victoria in what's called the East Gippsland region, So please don't ask me the length of that range. I should know these statistics, but suffice to say that it is a major. I have with me right now, sorry guys, I don't even, oh, he's flown away. I had this teeny tiny little green spider climbing up the cable. I tried to catch his silk so that I could dangle him in front of the camera, but he flew away. So this part of the Great Dividing Range, which is known as the Blue Mountains, is predominantly plateau, but we have a few peaks that stand out, such as this one here. And as you can see, it's not exactly dramatic. So the highest point in the Blue Mountains is about 1,200 metres, a touch over, not very high. It was mainly created, it was a seabed. Millennia ago, it was a seabed, and then eventually, through a series of uplift and erosion, it has formed the range and the valleys. And there are lots and lots and lots of waterways that crisscross the mountains. And some of them end up in the Hawkesbury-Nepean River system, which is at the foot of the Blue Mountains, and the others end up in our water supply, which is the Warragamba Dam. So here we are here at Mount Blackheath. There you go. Hi, David. So I possibly allowed a little longer than I needed to for this tour because it's really just standing here looking at the gorgeous valley. So let's just enjoy it while we're here. I'll walk around a little bit and feel free to ask me questions. If I can answer them, I will. But let's just enjoy this stunning location and its scenery. There's not many birds around this morning. Yes, that's all mainly farmed down there, Una. You can see that the little ponds, they're dams for livestock. There might be one holiday cottage place down there. I tried to get down here. It's not easy to get to. We negotiated a road that comes down through this way a couple of weeks ago, and all we could manage to do was get lost in through here somewhere. It appears that the way to get to the other side over there is by taking another exit off the highway on the other side of that peak and then coming sort of around and through from that direction. But I haven't been down there yet. It's a vast area. The Blue Mountains itself is a vast area, and there's so much of it that I haven't been to. I'm still exploring. So the highway, the Great Western Highway that heads west from Sydney, heads across the top of the ridge here and then down into Hartley Valley on the other side, around about that point there. And then you come to the town of Lithgow, where my daughter's just bought a house. There's a road that was, part of it was convict built, called Victoria Pass, which can be quite scary sometimes. I used to take my son to soccer training at a place called Orange, things us parents do. I used to pick him up from a bus stop in the Blue Mountains near where we lived after high school, 3:15 in the afternoon, drive for 2.5 hours out to Orange for soccer training, and then come back up Victoria Pass against all the trucks that were heading west at night in the fog, downhill, down a steep road. It was quite scary. As I said, the things us parents do for our children. And we get home at 10 o'clock at night. All right, so I'm going to start slowly making my way back up the stairs. Is there anything anyone wants to look at in particular while we're standing here at this point? Thank you, Lynn. Okay, so let's get back up the stairs. And we'll have a little bit of a potter around at the top again, looking out over the valley on the other side. It's my pleasure, Bev. Absolutely my pleasure. I'll show you some of the summer flowers that we have out and about at the moment. There's a little butterfly. Stay there. No, he's gone. Now, you're seeing the same sort of solar flare or lens flare that I'm seeing at the moment. Makes that look quite interesting, doesn't it? I hear a train. Such a beautiful day. Oh. There was a plant I saw further up the trail that I spotted. I think it was about when I was taking my jacket off. So we'll see if I can find that again, because that's quite interesting. And I'll try to be not too huffy and puffy heading back up. And this is what a lot of the trees around here look like. Oh, I just spotted a cave. I didn't notice that before. Here we go. Well, it's more of an overhang than a cave, but we can't get to that. It's the terrain is a little forbidding to try and cross over and get to. Thank you, Hayward. All right, so I know Una's coming to Australia soon. Is there anybody else, apart from the people who live here, of course, anyone else planning on coming to Australia in the next few months? Hi, Samantha. We're just heading back to leaving at the end of the month. So tell me a little about your trip, Una. Where are you just coming to Australia, or are you doing a bit of a world trip? Andre, you're coming next year, so 2024. Okay, excellent. I hope just to stay with family. No, nothing at all wrong with that. I hope you really enjoy your trip. Where's your family located? This year, Central Asia and Patagonia. Oh, that's one huge trip, Andre. That sounds amazing. Janet, you're emigrating? Exciting. Fabulous. That's awesome. All right, let's look at these. Look at the colour. You have to get in. Some of our wildflowers are really sort of unobtrusive. You have to get in really close to actually see them and appreciate them. But look at the colour of that. And then we've got this little purple one here as well. Oh, where's he gone? Where are you? There you are. Can't get that one in focus. Maybe over here will be better. Okay. All along the east coast. Amazing. Are you driving yourself, Una, or is it your family? Oh, there we go. That's better. Your family's going to take you. How are you doing the trip? Oh, there's the crow. No, he's too quick for me. He's just gone into that tree over there. They're talking to each other now. Hi, Kamuji. Oh, the planning of the trip is always the fun part, in my opinion. That's the bit I love the most. Newcastle, that's where I might be living when you get here. So the new news, for anyone who hasn't heard yet, is that we've accepted an offer on our house. Yay. We had to accept an offer that was a little lower than we were hoping, but not too terrible. But it means that here comes the next chapter for us. We have to now work out where we're going to be because we have no plans, none, other than my daughter has a house in Newcastle that doesn't have a functioning bathroom yet. So we might be couch surfing. It is. It's exciting news. It really is exciting news, but it also means that I have to make the most of the Blue Mountains while we're still here. So keep an eye out for new tours because I might be a little bit frantic for the next few weeks in between sort of packing. And luckily we've reduced our stuff. So we don't have, there's a dog. Where'd that dog come from? Oh, there's a person. Okay. There's two people, two dogs. An outhouse. Well, Lauren's idea of showering at the moment is to rig up a hose and suspend it over a hook on the outside wall, and she's using that. She does have a toilet. She does have a working toilet, but as for showering, at the moment, it's whichever creative way you can figure out to get yourself clean. Anyway, it's just another part of the adventure, isn't it? So here's this couple that was set up when I arrived. Let's go back and have a look at the hang gliding launch site. Here we are, Mount Blackheath. And sometimes the lookouts are all that's here. I mean, they're spectacular, but it's hard to make a tour of it. So forgive me if it doesn't seem like I'm covering very much, but I love it here and I just wanted to share it. Yes, the house price boom has absolutely finished, Andre, and we're on a backwards slide. We heard in the news yesterday that there's a little bird there. What is it? I wonder if I can get any closer to it. Apparently up to 18% drop in some areas. I think it's a global thing. No, that little bird has gone right into the bushes here. So whatever it was, and I only just caught it out of the corner of my eye, he's in there somewhere. There's no hope of finding him. All right, so here's the, for those who missed it at the beginning, this is the paragliding launch site. It's only for, there's no tandem, there's no student hang gliding here. I was reading up on it yesterday. It is only for experienced pilots to use. And they fly from here and then they go around to where we were looking at farmland around the corner there. That's where they land. So you'd have to have a buddy down there to pick you up because it's a long way around. Base jumping is actually illegal here, but there was some footage. Are you on Facebook, Andre? There's a local site called Ask Ros Blue Mountains. Oh, okay. This was shared as a Facebook. What do you call what do they call their videos? Facebook Live or something. And 4 guys. Yeah, this is fake grass, Trenda. This is just for the launching, for the paragliding. It's synthetic. There was 4 guys took off from Echo Point They climbed over the barrier rail and base jumped at Echo Point, which if they got caught, they would have been in a lot of trouble. It's actually illegal. No, I was going to say if you were on Facebook, there was some footage of it. All right, so I have kind of reached the end of anything I wanted to show you, other than maybe we could go for a little walk up that dirt road a little way. Would anyone like to do that with me? Just look at the beautiful trees and the undergrowth. We could do that. Sorry if I don't seem very well prepared today, but I've just been dealing with the obstacles of connecting. So that's been my main focus. Oh, okay. Excellent. Let's go for a little walk up the road. There's no traffic along here and it's a beautiful morning, so it's a great opportunity to do it. This is the plant I wanted to show you. And its common name is drumsticks. Its botanical name is something that I will get wrong, but it's something like isoprogen or something. It's a very, very unusual name. So there we are. That's the plant I wanted to show you. It is absolutely that, Andre. It's the type of place where you can visit it in 5 minutes, or anyone, as I said, anyone who wasn't here at the beginning. Here's some more information about the hang gliding and paragliding. Hi, Debbie. Hi, Betty. All right, let's go for a little walk up the road and just look at the beautiful landscape around here. Yeah, so as I was saying, Andre, it's the type of place where you can jump around and look at the lookouts and be done in about 10 minutes. Or you could really take your time and enjoy the peace and quiet. Okay, that is a black cockatoo. Come this way, come this way. I can see where he's landed. Did you hear that sort of long screech? Not as annoying as a white cockatoo. We'll see if we see him again, but he's just up ahead in one of those gum trees. There's lots of small birds around us now. This is the perfect place to do something like, have you heard of forest bathing? If we could find a nice little quiet trail that led off from this road, it would be an amazing place to do it. Forest bathing is a Japanese type of meditation, I guess, or a spiritual practice where you are led. Oh, there they are. Okay, I'm going to try and zoom in. Oh, where are you? Where are you? There they are. There's the black cockatoos right there. Not very clear, I'm afraid. Okay, Janet, you might be able to help me out if I explain it incorrectly. But my understanding is that with forest bathing, you are taken with a guide and basically just instructed to be aware of your surroundings in a forest environment, concentrate on breathing, and just really focus on yourself while in a very quiet, very peaceful, tranquil, serene environment. Yeah, the black cockatoo is much, much bigger than the white cockatoo. And they don't congregate in huge flocks like the white cockatoos do. So that sounds to me like it must be a chick as well, a juvenile. Janet, was that a reasonable explanation, or do you have anything further to add that I might have missed on exactly what the forest bathing is about? Yeah, right, exactly. Okay. And I'm not one for meditation, but anything that's less structured, I mean, anything where you can just get out in nature and slow down and breathe and basically be aware of your surroundings and aware of yourself. That's all I really need. I don't know how the rest of you feel about slowing down, basically. Really, I think that's, in a sense, that's all it is. And everyone does it in their own different way. Rock bathing. You probably do, Andre. Immersing yourself in something that is really meaningful to you and something that you enjoy a sense of peace. I think that's right. All right, let's go just a little further. Some of you may also have missed that when I was driving down here this morning, first of all, I wanted to mount my camera at the beginning of the tour on the car mount, but my new phone is a bit heavy for the mount, and I tried it and it just didn't like it at all, because this road is really hairy and I was really keen to give you an experience of it. But right at the beginning of this part of the road where it changes from bitumen to dirt, I saw two wallabies just right in the middle of the road. I stopped the car and frantically took two photos. I don't know what they're like. I haven't looked at them yet. So I'm going to post those in the Facebook group later. Oh, thank you, Cheryl. Okay, let me see. Where does this road go? It doesn't go anywhere. It's just I guess it's just a point where sometimes you see these on the fire trails. They're just little bits where, I don't know, maybe trucks pull off the road, like council work trucks, perhaps. I don't know. Don't know what they're there for. Hi, David. So apart from the crunch of my shoes on the gravel, we're hearing lots of birds. And I'm not sure what they are. All right, well, we've just cracked over 45 minutes. It just keeps going on. Turnaround spots could be too, Anne. Yeah, it could be exactly that. Or it could just be when they grade this road after it gets too rough to drive on. Maybe they need little places like that to push the stuff off the top of the road. Gosh, my technical explanations are amazing, aren't they? All right. I'm liking the sun coming through the trees on the... What is that bird? It's beautiful. Okay. Oh, Lynn, so relieved. So relieved. I'm going to slowly make my way back to the car. Oh, look at the rays of sun coming through there. Hello, you. Who are you? No, don't jump up or anything, will you? Okay. Good morning. Can I show my audience your companions? Hello there. Red dog. And you're a little bit older, aren't you? Hello. All right, I'm going to turn the camera around and say goodbye to you all, and then I will leave the tour running as I walk back to my car. So here we go. Thanks again, everyone. That sun's making everything really awkward, isn't it? Thanks for coming along today. Gee, it's a pleasure to have the connection working. I'm so happy, and I just hope it continues. Let me see if I can get me without that. It's a little bit better. I've got nothing on tomorrow, but Thursday I'm heading into the city to take a ferry up the Parramatta River and do a bit of a history tour on one of the islands in Parramatta River and Sydney Harbour. So please join me for that. That's going to be really interesting. I'm sure you'll love it. So if you can, join me for that. But I'm going to turn the camera around and we'll just keep walking back to the car park, and you can enjoy the scenery as we head back along and see if those black cockatoos come back. Oh, thank you, Anne, and thank you, Cheryl. Thank you so much. And I need to put out, again, thank you to whoever it was that sponsored me today. That was such a delight. I'm grateful for everyone who joins my tours, always, and I always will be. And I'm grateful for any way that you can show your appreciation, whether that's even just sharing your postcards or writing a review in Facebook. It's all helpful to me. So once again, thank you all. Look at these beautiful trees. And I can hear that. I'm certain it's a juvenile black cockatoo. These trees are just beautiful. Hi, Sue. Hi, Shirley. Unfortunately, you've joined right at the end of the tour, but it's a gorgeous day in the Blue Mountains, and we're just heading back to the car park and admiring and really enjoying the landscape on the way. And celebrating the fact that I've got a working tour. And hi, Kathy and Mandy. All right. Thank you so much, everybody. And I'll see you, anyone who's able to join me, I'll see you again on Thursday. And keep an eye out for the storytelling tours. I will load those fairly spontaneously. Hi, Jane. Sorry, you joined me right at the end. I'm so sorry. All right. Perfect signal. Working tour. That's cause for celebration. Bye, everybody.